Alright guys, welcome back to It's TBD. Now, just a quick update, as well as other things. Reviews are coming back, quick and prompt too. Slight problem with the PC. Thought it was just the PSU, power supply unit, going. It was the PSU that went. It took the motherboard and the CPU with it. So I had to kind of weigh up my options of whether or not I'll be going to Expo, because the money I'll be taking to Expo, would it be better for me to reinvest in motherboard, CPU, PSU and everything else? But again, which surprises me, family stepped up and basically said we'll go halves with you on motherboard, CPU and PSU. So I'm able to do the PC, which is obviously what I'm recording on. Thank you, Mr. Motorbike. So yeah, I'm able to redo the PC and everything, so I can do the reviews and stuff, as well as go to Expo. Obviously, I won't be taking as much money to Expo to buy stuff, but it is one of them. Do I go with sorting the PC out, or do I just knock it on the head for the time being, and then go to Expo, come back, and then start saving up for new parts for the PC? But family, as I said, stepped up and everything else and helped out when they didn't need to. So PC is now sorted. I just want to quickly say VapeTube. Now, VapeTube messaged me the other day, and I probably came across as a bit arsey to them, I'll be honest. Don't know if they took it as me being arsey. Looking back at the messages, back and forth type of thing, it looked like I was being a bit arsey to them, which I wasn't. But yeah, they asked about a certain review. Obviously, it's been recorded. All I had to do was edit it and everything else. But I was also editing, at the time I was editing stuff that was already on the review list or on the queue, and that's when everything just went boo. Not gonna do it for ya, and then smoke and everything out the back of the PC, so it was quite eventful. But yeah, VapeTube, your reviews will be coming up very, very soon, as well as other stuff. Just got in yesterday from Geek Vape, the Geek Vape X, rocking it with the Zeus X on it. At the moment, I'll be testing the tank. That came as a kit, so be testing that. But I've also got other things like the the Rotofo crusty one. I don't know, pen kit. So that's also in the queue, which has also been recorded. But obviously now it's just a playing game of editing and getting it uploaded. As always, as I said when I came back from having that personal break, my reviews will be going up on VapeTube a couple of days before YouTube. So get over on VapeTube, give me a subscribe, like, whatever, over on VapeTube. I'm going to support VapeTube. They're doing quite a lot of good stuff for the smaller reviewers as well as the bigger reviewers. Moving on from that, that was just basically me saying I'm back to doing the reviews and stuff. I've had nothing but problems this year with life and computers. I think now I'm on my 4th or 5th motherboard in a year and a half, so had to relocate the PC and stuff, so I'm not blowing vape out the PC, because it was situated just behind. Obviously you can't see it because you're looking this way, but it was just situated behind, so there we go. But moving on, I just want to address a few things, as always. Paul Cheech, I'm going to address you. You wanted my attention. You've got my attention. I was playing the game with you of, you're going to troll me, I'm not going to respond, I'm just going to like your comments and everything else. But you've took it a step further. You've now gone on to commenting and basically attacking my friends and family and shit, basically. Commenting on deceased pictures, but people that are deceased, comment on them pictures on Facebook. So, Paul Cheech, because I know you'll watch this on your 20,000 different accounts and shit and start trolling me again, whatever. but you've got my attention on a one-to-one level, not the reviewer side of me, but me. You upset friends and family, that's when the ball changes. So I just wanted to address that. Moving on, obviously Expo, 2 weeks time. This time, 2 weeks time, I'll be coming back from Expo. I'm definitely there on the Saturday. So this time next week, I'll be coming back from Expo. No, this time 2 weeks, not next week. My bad. So that'd be nice to be in the company of Vaping with Vic, Empire Vape Co, the Turbo Mong TVP, Solome, Little Bro Vapes, Danny MBK, and the rest of the reviewers, Jules Bomber Vapes. Be great to see Zan and Gaily Bops as well. But yeah, and Orion's Braces. Always got to give that dude a shout out. Honestly, constantly commenting on every review. Doesn't have to watch them, but he's constantly commenting on them and everything, giving me support. So Orion Braces, shout out just for you, my friend. Talk about Expo. There's a lot of stuff now. I'm going through it on Twitter and Facebook and everything else. People moaning, not necessarily reviewers. There are a few reviewers that have commented and expressed their opinion and stuff about the pictures going around on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and every other social media platform regarding TVC, the Vapor Chronicles, Vaping Bogan, and Joel, Mr. Just Right. Now, I understand there's people that are pissed off because the Americans are getting hyped up for the UK Expo, and it is just that, it is the UK Expo. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go onto social media and type out a big thing just for it to get deleted, so I'm just going to do it like this. Vapor Expo is a business. Now, I'm going to say it how it is, and I don't mean it to be offensive to any reviewers, which I know a few people will be offended, but it's not meant to come across as being offensive or attacking you in any way whatsoever. Just want to state that before I'll say what I'm going to say. But the likes of TVC, Bogan, and Mr. Just Right. Yes, Mr. Just Right's done two things. He's done the Profile and the Profile Unity, which was a collab with TVC. Obviously, Brian TVC has done the Topside Jewel, the Drop, the fucking Drop SQ, or whatever the fuck it is, single coil, the Dead Drop, stuff like that. Bogan, obviously, he's done his mechs and the Blotto and stuff. Now, people are getting pissed off, and I keep seeing the comments, and again, this bit isn't the reviews that are putting it out there as negative stuff, it's the comments that I'm reading. All three of them have got stuff out at the moment, and obviously from what I've heard through the grapevine from obviously other reviewers in the States and stuff, them three are doing like a triple collab type thing with Dovepo and Signature Tips. Expensive brand, in my opinion. Good, but expensive. But yeah, they've got stuff coming out on the market, so why shouldn't they be exploited at the UK Vapor Expo? Now, I know people are going to say, well, you've just said it, it's the UK Vapor Expo. But it doesn't mean that the Americans are not welcome or not entitled to a shout out. Now, the picture that went around, originally, from what I've seen and looking at the dates of it, originally came from Dovepo, and then Signature Tips, and then obviously all three of them retweeted it and re-Instagrammed it and everything else. Then Vapor Expo retweeted it, shared it, whatever, this, that, and everything else. But it seems to be there's quite a bit of anger towards Vapor Expo, like the organisers, which I see the points. I do see the points, whether it's from the reviewer side or from the general subscribers side. I do see the points. But it is a big business. That's all it is. It's a business. Now, if people are going to get petty, I mean, there was one comment, I can't remember what group it was in now. I don't even know if it was on Facebook or Twitter. But someone turned around and said, it's the UK Vapor Expo, so it should be just UK people. Well, if that's the case, then shouldn't it just be UK mods and UK juice? It's the same argument. We're all supposed to be in this together. We're all supposed to be like one big family and everything else, where we're supporting each other, we're helping others get off the cigarettes and everything like that. So the drama, it's a bit, in my opinion, it's a bit petty, and without sounding offensive to the reviewers and everything like that, but if you was to put stuff out, hardware side of it, on the Builder to Expo. Now, don't get me wrong, I know TVP's put a tank out, the FP, which is, yes, Mark, still used. Like I said, it's always next to the PC. Vic has put his tank out, which again is there, which is used daily. Obviously, Chris has got his juice line coming out. Well, his juice line is out. I do believe Chris has got a tank in the process of being done. But not being funny, if it was you guys that had hardware coming out, whether it was a mod, tank, a kit, whatever, and it was around one of the American big vape shows, which obviously are no longer going to be around, but from what I've heard, then you released it. This is just hindsight or a theory. You release it, and then that company, whether it's Watofo, Dovpo, Smock, whoever, then offer to fly you out to that vape event. Would you be pissed off if your name is plastered everywhere because yours is being on general release? Well, I don't think you would. So you can't really blame the reviewer side of it. It's more of the companies like Dovpo and Signature Tips. It's not really Expo's fault, but then it's getting the media out there for the Americans and the Australians to see that they're supporting them as well. Now, Jay from Expo did have a snotty comment put towards him. I don't know whose group it was in. I know he messaged in Vic's group, but I don't know what. It wasn't in Vic's group, it was another group. And Jay had a snotty comment to put towards him, which I thought was a bit disrespectful. Someone that is one of the organisers for Vapor Expo that does this big show twice a year for vapors. I'm all for it, putting your opinions across and everything else like that, but really, there's no need to attack someone on a personal level. It's just petty. But as I said, I don't know which group it is. I'll try and find it and probably put screenshots just here if I can find it. It certainly wasn't Vic's, and it certainly wasn't Chris's group. I know that much. I'm going to have to say it wasn't TVP's group as well, because I don't think Jay's in TVP's group. But again, it's petty comments. Now, Chris, I'm reading some of the comments on what Chris put 22 hours ago, from obviously me recording this. And I understand what Chris is saying about the Americans basically screwed over their own country, the reviewers screwed over their own country by not going down the paths earlier and fighting all this flavour ban and stuff like that, just sitting on their ass and counting in the Benjamins. Obviously Chris hasn't said sitting on their ass and counting in Benjamins, that's my words. Now I understand that, but in the same respect, I mean this is where I play devil's advocate and say, well, if everyone released stuff, then obviously they'd get the bigger shout out. But then in the same respect, if the Vapor Expo organisers, see, it's like I'm backtracking and contradicting myself, but if they was to focus on the UK reviewers more, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So it's a hard thing to sum up. Now I know there's quite a few people a bit pissed off. I'm a bit annoyed that the likes of Chris, that had, I think it was the number 1 or number 2 best juice at the last Expo, and Vic being the number 1 reviewer. Now I'm quite pissed off that them two haven't had a big promotional push type of thing from Vapor Expo, but it's a business, and the best way to get business in is bring in the big names. Now I know Vic is a big name, and I know Empire's a big name, TVP is a big name. I understand all that, but then you look at it, and I think it was Flat Cap. He commented on my tweet and he said Professor Green's there. Now, again, through the grapevine, I've heard that he's releasing another juice line. I don't know how much truth's in it, but apparently he's releasing another juice line and he is going to be performing on stage. Not being funny, do we really need that? No. People go there to get vape juice and mods and tanks and everything else. They don't really want to go there and see a half an hour show of Professor Green. Just be good to me and all that bullshit. But yeah, we're supposed to be a family, not fucking attacking each other. Moving on from that, Vapor Expo. We're still on Vapor Expo. A couple of people on my Instagram have said this is their first expo, this, that, and anything else. So basically, just a few tips. Now, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, because obviously I've got busy stuff to do, like editing and stuff. But yeah, if it's your first time going to Vapor Expo, comfortable shoes is a must. I took 2 pairs last May. I was changing my shoes, well, trainers, constantly, because it was like you walk up, walk down, walk up, walk down, chill out in the review area, change, back up, and your feet ache after. I mean, if you're talking to booths and vendors and stuff like that, your feet and your ankles, well, mine do, and my knees ache after about 2-3 hours. So I'm constantly changing my footwear and stuff. Deodorant is another one. It's quite warm in there with the amount of people in there, and people do sweat quite a lot. And it's not just males, it's females as well. So, sorry about that. Phone call. Where are we going? Yeah. Sweaty people at Expo. Men, females, people in their late teens. Bit sweaty, bit smelly. I'll hold my hands up. In May, I was sweating like a pig. Proper, like, boosh. So, some other reviewers. So, deodorant is a must. Chewing gum as well. Chewing gum is always a must as well. Because when you talk to someone and it's just like, your breath stinks. You've been vaping on dog shit. I'm joking. No, chewing gum as well. Especially if you go around and it's your first time, and as it's your first time, you feel the need when someone from a vendor comes over and they go, try our juice, try our juice, try our juice. You feel like you have to. You don't have to, by all means. You can just go, no, I'll come back to that. And if you're not really interested, just keep walking past. Fine, do that. But chewing gum as well. So you just don't get vapor's tongue. That's my way of doing it. Chewing gum, don't get vapor's tongue. But I have the bubblegum chewing gum, not the mint. So just to change up a little bit. Mods. Keep them in your hand. Keep your bag zipped up. Don't put them on the counter for a brief second while you're looking at something, because someone will take the chance of going, ooh, mod. Mine. I had it done last year. Roy's Reviews had his tank, same as me. The Bumbus tank, I think it was. I had silver, Roy had the rainbow. We both had them swiped, and that was in the reviewer area. Now, obviously, I'm not saying it was reviewers that did that, but there were people coming in to see the reviewers, and the bags were just sort of piled there. So, keep an eye on all your stuff as well. Money. Now, I'm not one for this, but I know quite a few people are, especially in the reviewer scene. They will try and haggle the prices. So, say for instance, top side, it's argument's sake, 65 quid. Try and knock them down. Say, I'll give you 60 quid cash now, type of thing. I've not done it myself, but other people have done it and they've got bargains doing that. Team free shit hunters. Good luck. Good luck. From what I've heard, the free shit is going to be 10ml bottles again off the stage. Last year, about 200, 300 people around the stage when they were doing like the giveaways. It's time slotted anyway when they throw off the stage and shit. But quite a few people were just literally walking past as if they weren't even throwing shit off the stage. I think that's starting to die down. Now it seems to be, I work for a company, I'm going to have my name on my t-shirt, this, something else. I'm going to nick 2 mods from a very big, well-known stand or booth with cameras there. Moron. But yeah, new people going to Vapor Expo. Comfortable footwear. Maybe change your top, like t-shirt or something like that. Deodorant, chewing gum. Don't be afraid if you see reviewers that you're subscribed to, even if you're not subscribed to them but you've seen them in live shows. Don't be afraid to go up and say hi and introduce yourself. Now, if your name's Ian Smith, but on YouTube it is Krusty the Clown's nipple, don't say, hi, it's me, Ian Smith, off YouTube, because none of us are going to know who the fuck you are if we've not met you. I'm just being totally honest. Introduce yourself as your YouTube name, and then the 50p will drop into the dickhead, and the dickhead will go, yes, I know you now. But honestly, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of going up to your reviewers, your favourite reviewers and so on, and just saying hi and introducing yourself and stuff. The only time not to go up to a reviewer, Again, this pointed at me, and I know Vaping with Vic and Empire Vape Co and TVP have already said this many times before. Thanks for clicking, twats. Typical neighbour. But yeah, go up to your reviewers. If they're eating and drinking, don't go up and expect them to stop what they're doing, because that is literally... I've seen it firsthand with Vic, Mark, Dean and Chris last Expo, and I think Little Bro as well, or was it Solo? One of them, literally, and MF Vapes as well, having a drink or having something to eat, and it was literally like, bah! Now they don't mind to a certain degree, but you literally only get 5 minutes as a big reviewer. You only get about 5 minutes to yourself, and that's to literally quickly eat something and drink something to basically keep yourself going. Now, obviously, if it's your first time, keep hydrated as well. Take your own water, because it is fucking expensive there. It really is expensive. Take your own water and stuff as well, because you need to stay hydrated. The heat in there is immense. Obviously, trying all different juices and stuff, it gives you dry mouth and everything else like that. I think it was 2 people that collapsed last year because they went... I think the rumour had it they only went with 20 quid or something like that. Went through the door, 15 quid a ticket, that left her a fiver, and they didn't even have money to buy a drink or something, and they collapsed because of how hot it was. Someone's fire alarm's going, sort it out. But yeah, stay hydrated as well, that is a must. That really is a must. Don't get rushing as well. If you're going through the door and you see all these booths, come try a juice, come and try a juice, say no if you don't want to. Don't go and buy the first thing that you see, shop round. I've done this so many times, made this right mistake. I've seen something and gone, oh, and I'm not going to name drop, but someone at the last expo, very much appreciated, I was about to buy the Keen Mech Mod, and it was priced at 65, and they were like, no, come with me. And obviously I got it for a proper steal deal type of thing. So shop around first before just instant buying. But that's roughly about it. This video I said I was going to keep short and sweet. I think it's like 20 minutes long now. But yeah, I am back to reviewing. The PC is working. Obviously all this will be changing very, very soon. I'm also, obviously, busy life and all that, so I'm also in the transition stage of moving. Obviously you have to give so many weeks and months of notice on one place and go to the other, so everything's slowly moving in. I say slowly, I've just got a few more things to take in, and then I'll be in the new place, so it'll be a different backdrop, everything, none of all this, it'll just be fresh behind, no posters or nothing, a bit like what's his name, American reviewer, always just smock stuff, stabs it with a knife and stuff like that. I forgot his name, but like him, fresh backdrop, just without the posters. But yeah, I've been TBD. I've chatted shit for the last like 20 minutes. But yeah, go over to the VapeTube, show some love and support to all your favourite reviewers over there, as well as YouTube. This will be going up on VapeTube and YouTube at the same time. So either way, go over to VapeTube, show your love and support for all them reviewers over there as well. But yeah, I've been TBD. Till the next one. Take it easy.